Welcome to my Dofus leveling guide. In this guide you will learn all the basics that you need to know about leveling in the game Dofus. You require a certain amount of experience in order to advance to your next level. If you go to your characteristics, you can see the experience bar, which tells you how much experience you are missing in order to advance to your next level. For example, here my character is level 150 and I am missing around 9 million experience points to advance to level 151. There are 4 ways in which a character can gain experience, in no particular order: fighting monsters, completing quests, using scrolls, and participating in the Kolossium. Completing quests. You can accept quests from NPCs or non-playable characters. If you are lost, you can find a detailed description of the quest in the Dofus wiki. Once you have completed a quest, you will receive an amount of Kama's experience points and items that might vary depending on which quest you finished. Using experience scrolls. You can acquire experience scrolls by buying them in Bonta in -33, -58 in the scroll market, or by dropping them in a fight. Experience scrolls are a global drop, meaning that you have a 0.08% chance of dropping them in any fight. It is important to have as much wisdom as possible before using a scroll, because 100 wisdom points will double the effect of the scroll. So for example, this ivory scroll is giving you 1 to 1000 experience points with 0 wisdom. With 100 wisdom, it will give you 2 to 2000 experience points. What I'm doing here is I'm buying 20 ivory scrolls, and I'm going to test 10 of them with lower wisdom and 10 of them with higher wisdom to prove that the amount of experience gained will be higher. This is the amount of experience gained with the lower wisdom, and this is the amount of experience gained with the higher wisdom. As you can see, the amount of experience gained clearly increases. Fighting monsters. Fighting monsters is the most popular way of gaining experience points, because it's the most accessible. Beating a fight will give you a reward of experience points, Kamas, and drops from the monsters. The amount of experience gained is affected by the character's level, the mob level, the completed challenges, the number of stars the mob had, the number of winners, and the amount of wisdom the character has. The total level of the players and the total mob level will affect how much experience you gain. In order to get the highest amount of experience possible from a fight, the fight must be considered balanced. In order for a fight to be considered balanced, the total mob level should not be lower than 5 levels or higher than 10 levels from the total level of the players. In this example, the level of my character is 150. The mob on the left is level 156, meaning that it is a balanced fight, while the fight on the right is not balanced. As you can see, the amount of experience that I will gain from the fight on the left is higher than the amount of experience that I will gain from the fight on the right. This means that I will be making more experience from a considerably easier fight. Different monsters have different base experiences. For example, here, although the fight is balanced, I will be making little experience. Challenges. Challenges are in-fight tasks that, if completed, will multiply the amount of experience gained after the fight. For example, this challenge will increase both loot and experience by 60% if completed. As you can see, the challenge has been completed and both the experience and the drops are higher than usual. You can have 2 challenges at the same time when fighting monsters in dungeons and when fighting Dofus in the temples. Stars. The number of stars in a mob will affect how much experience you gain after you defeat it. The maximum number of stars a mob can have is 10. A mob with 10 stars will multiply the experience and the drop reward by 200%. To reach the 10-star limit, a mob must remain undefeated for 100 hours or 4 days and 4 hours. The number of significant players in the fight will also affect the amount of experience gained after the fight. In order to get the largest amount of experience from a fight, there must be 8 significant participants in a group. For a player to be considered significant, its level must be at least 1/3 the level of the highest level character in the group. So for example, in a group where the highest level character is level 90, only level 30s or more will be considered significant. Wisdom. The amount of wisdom that you have will also affect the amount of experience you gain in a fight. For every wisdom point your character has, it will receive a 1% increase in the amount of experience that you will gain after every fight. So a character with 100 wisdom points will gain twice as much experience as the same character with 0 wisdom points. To increase your wisdom, you can buy wisdom scrolls that will count as your base, or you can wear items that will increase your wisdom. Kolossium. The Kolossium consists of player versus player combats where 2 teams of 3 characters each must fight against each other. To start looking for a Kolossium battle, click on the icon and hit register. To register in the Kolossium, your character must be at least level 50 and the account must be pay to play. The winning team receives experience points, kamas, Kolossokens, and a higher Kolossium rating. The character's rating will define the amount of rewards it receives after the fight. Your Kolossium rating increases or decreases depending on how well you perform on the Kolossium. Having a higher rating will give you more challenging fights, but better rewards. Fights are defined by rating, meaning that characters with higher rating will be faced against other characters with equally high rating. Since character level is not taken into account when defining the teams, fights are often unbalanced. Unlike regular PvP, any health lost during the battle will be returned to the character once the battle ends. Leeching. A leecher is someone who enters a fight just for the experience points and does not contribute towards winning the fight. Leechers are often recruited in order to increase the number of significant players in a group. When leeching, use full wisdom gear in order to increase the amount of experience gained. Having different level characters in the same account will give the lower level characters an experience bonus. However, this bonus will not be awarded if the characters are in different servers. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was useful and make sure to leave any comments or feedback in the comment section.